Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 15th episode of the official Fangame podcast. We're here with us today, actually a fucking special co-host today. We got fucking Flock here.
Yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah,
here.
dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey guys.
Hell yeah. I hear a fucking stream. Is it me? Oh, it is me. I'm fucking stupid. Alright, anyways. Uh, we're here with us today. We got Racic and we got Krakka Cafe. We got homies. We got homies that are very involved with the community, so this is gonna be a pretty fun podcast episode, I hope. So how are you guys doing today? Oh,
Is this where we talk?
you do talk right now. It's true.
Cool. I'm doing good. A little air horn action here.
Oh baby, you already fucking on it, bro. You fucking already fucking missed, man.
Holy shit.
Wonderful.
What's up? What's going on, fucks? Glad to be here. The most anticipated podcast guest of the last 3 days. And I'm here too.
Yeah, Racic is actually one of the fucking funny man DJs. He's actually got like a real job, unlike most Fangame motherfuckers out here. And yeah, I hear casual. Who the fuck is that? It's like is that you, Fluff? I swear to God.
What? I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here doing shit.
You have like a stream in the back, bro. I hear it.
I literally don't. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here listening to you guys. Fucking
Okay.
whatever. Go on.
Nah, it's fine. All right. So fuck, now I can't focus. But yeah, we got here with us today Krakka Cafe as well. A huge fucking homie in the community event side of the Fangame community. So, how you doing, man?
Ooh, I'm doing pretty damn good. I got a whole ass, what is this, 1.5 liter bottle of sangria in my hand right now.
Ah, boy.
Oh my fucking
Have me some
God.
cold ones too. It's gonna be a spicy one.
I'm trying my best to wake up from the stupid construction in my background.
Yeah, no, as long as we can't hear it in the back, it'll be fine, bro. Also, quick fucking thing. Apparently, my YouTube was on autoplay, and you guys can figure out the rest from there.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's fucking start this mess of a show. So let's talk about origin stories. Let's start with Racic. How'd you get into the community, man?
It was like probably like three-ish years ago. I was watching, I think it was Grizzly Guy Gaming. Shout out to Grizzly Guy Gaming. Playing, I don't know what
Hell
the
yeah.
fuck it was. But he was like playing some fan game. There was like a boss, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this. And I asked around. I was like, hey, are there any games that have like bosses and shit? And I want to get wrecked was suggested, and that was my first fan game clear,
Wow.
which is kind of weird when you think about it, but yeah, and I just kind of went down the rabbit hole, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So that's the short version of me.
I assumed you were one of those guys that actually like went for adventure games first, not bosses. That's actually pretty surprising to hear. That's crazy. Did you enjoy Get Wrecked?
Yeah, it was awesome. I obviously it took a lot of time. It's funny now that if like when I do a playthrough of it again, I like get a lot of the references now. Like when I first played, I'm like, who's this fucking Zerai guy? What the fuck? Yeah, and I actually used I think Arst's playthrough at one of the fan game marathons. I think he did as like my guide to some of the
Right.
fights in that. So shout out to Arst.
Classic.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. I'm looking forward to the sequel.
Oh baby.
Good one.
we can talk about that, but like, holy fuck.
Coming in hot. We're coming in hot.
But yeah, no. What fucking what Fangame did you see Grizzly play back in the day?
I don't
You remember?
know if
Sunspike.
I don't know. No, because Sunspike wouldn't have any bosses, right? Jesus, I don't fucking know, to be honest.
It was
Couldn't
probably
tell
gonna
ya.
be like 8-bit or some shit like that, like a classic adventure game.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
All right, but yeah, you got into Fangames via Get Wrecked. That is pretty sick. Was that also the first time you've streamed Fangames?
Yeah, it was the first time I streamed fan games because I was streaming a little bit before that, and like it was just my thing was like I'm just gonna play like hard platforming games, whatever. And I was on like an N plus plus kick for a while, which is a really good fucking game, by the way.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then I got introduced to that, and I was like, oh, this is fun and challenging. I'm gonna stream this, and then I was like, oh, there's like thousands of other games like this. I'm gonna stream those, and I just kind of became a quote unquote fan game streamer. Twitch.tv/Racic. That's RACIC. Go
Twitch.tv/Racic.
ahead, drop a follow if you want.
Right. So Racic, I actually got a question for you. Did you stream anything else back in the day?
Yeah, N plus plus for a little bit.
Okay.
Just some generic. I used to stream League of Legends, fucking, because I
The
had this.
fucking classic,
Okay,
dude.
exclamation burp. There you go. Nice. I streamed League of Legends back then because I had those delusions of like, oh man, I'm gonna be a fucking League of Legends streamer. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
I know. Sad. I'm one fiddlesticks one trick. I have over 1.8 million mastery points on them.
Does anyone
I
here
don't-
fucking play League, bro? Is there anyone here?
I played it. It was fucking terrible.
Oh, hit it.
It's terrible.
League's
It's
awesome, man. You just need
it's a
the right
good game.
mentality.
But
It's
the
like-
community's kind
it's-
of weird.
It's like cigarettes, man. It's like you know you shouldn't be doing it, but you're hopelessly addicted.
Come on, Russ. But yeah, I've tried fucking. I've tried Dota this one time because like a homie tried to fucking get me into MOBAs or whatever the fuck. And I remember the 1 hour playing in those fucking games. I was like the most confused I've ever been in my fucking life, dude. I won't lie.
That's saying something.
I don't know, bro. I see like 100 things in my screen. I don't know what the fuck to do. It's true. It is what it is. But yeah, no, like so you came through with Wrecked. What other games did you go for? Did you go for more boss games or like? fucking
Yeah, I mean,
deviant?
from there, I just kind of somebody showed me the very basics of like searching on Delphoot, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And
baby.
I just kind of looked up some different tags and genres and stuff, and somebody linked the the fan game beginner page, what that we all fucking know. And I just kind of picked and choose some of those from the genres, like the trap games, adventure games, stuff like that. And just kind of developed an appreciation for fan games, and it was yeah, it's good times.
Did you prefer any type of genre back in the day, or did you just like fucking try to like search for something, just like whatever?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I didn't have as much like knowledge of the different genres as I do now. You know what I mean? So I was just like, oh, this is fun. What are the tags on this fucking game? Okay, I'll play more of those ones. But yeah, I mean, I like the funnies, so I've sort of started liking the trap games, the adventure games and stuff too. Just kind of because a lot like those are similar style because I'm fucking old as dirt, so they have a similar style as a lot of the games that I grew up with. Just like
Right.
just as a harken back to my youth.
It's funny because like the last podcast episode, they said literally the same thing, like word for word. Oh, I'm old, bro, so I get these references.
That's
I
the
get them.
thing. That's what makes me happy. I'm glad that Para is still kind of sort of involved in the community because I think he's the only motherfucker that's older than I am. So
Oh,
Fucking old, bro. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
just I don't know why there's all these oohs. It's like true. He's older than me. Like I don't know what the fuck. Okay.
It seems like fucking. I'm actually very curious about this. So I know you're a DJ, right? You're like a poggers man. You're like a pog man, right?
Right.
I'm actually. I wonder if that actually has any ties to Fangames, if you like, the fucking music styles that like people choose, fucking variety and shit like that.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, well, it's not funny. It's interesting that you say that because I, as you can see my shirt in the background, I love avoidances. But like,
Wait, really? You're
I
not
I
trolling.
I
That
I
actually says I
hate
love avoidances. Oh my god, sorry.
I fucking hate playing them, but I love watching other people play them just so I can like I love watching clear videos so I can listen to like the music and see like what attacks they've decided to sync with different parts of the music, whether it's like just the basic, part of like the 4/4 beat, or
Mm-hmm.
if it's like an offbeat, or if it's the vocals, or if it's like some sort of background noise, or like, oh, what are they going to do for the breakdown? Or I'm like fascinated with like watching avoidance like clears, but like I I don't have the patience or know how to play them, so I'm just like, cool. I'll let all you good players play them, record it, and I'll watch it and be like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, he synced this attack up with this with this part of the music." Oh, so yeah, I really do enjoy that, and I like as well music selections in like other genres as well, like just your needle games, your adventure games, just because the music I feel like it's a very often overlooked part of fan games is like, I mean, obviously avoidances are their own beast,
Mm-hmm.
but like needle and stuff like that. I mean, with needle there's nothing aside from visuals to really set the mood other than music, right? So if you've got this fucking 170 bpm fucking T-Paz song when you're doing like some relatively basic ass needle, it's kind of like, the fuck are you doing, bud? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anybody making games, fucking pick better music.
I agree. People usually don't like to think about their music choices, and like I'm gonna be real, right? A lot of fucking needle, um, a lot of needle that people are like fucking pog about. I don't like as much because they use like fucking piano music, like fucking like ding, 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 ding,
It's
over
like
like fucking like a mediocre needle. It's like I don't know, bro. I
it's like,
never get that.
hey, it's like, oh, let me just go to fucking Spotify, pick a fucking lo-fi playlist, hit random. Oh, there you go. There's my song. Oh, cool. You picked a fucking lo-fi song for your needle game. How original, how creative. Fuck out of here with that.
True.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because like I actually do remember some games having like weird fucking music that makes no sense, like in relation to the Fangame itself. That I actually do remember because it's like unique, right? It's like it's like this unique song to this fucking thing. But but yeah, no, that's cool. Like I remember one day, I think you were playing like fucking Neon 3, right? And out of nowhere, you just you like fucking posted a link to this one website that's like fucking. It has all like the musical styles. It has all like the fucking the whole wazoo, dude. And
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I
yeah,
can put the link
yeah,
in
you
chat.
can link it in chat if
Yeah.
you want. Yeah. But no, that makes me, you know, like plugged up. You like you fucking really appreciate the music, so that's pretty cool. Um, all right, well, let's fucking get on to Krakka's origin story, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go, bro. How'd you get into Fangame?
Well, at the time, a friend of mine, I usually was watching him stream some stuff, and he's retired now, long retired actually. It's funny because I literally retired, I think, like right after I started streaming fan games. But anyway, I think I put him into retirement for whatever reason, but he was playing one of the classics, Camellia 2, and I was like, oh
Mm.
shit, this looks kind of interesting, but kind of terrible. But I could maybe do this, and then it had lights and sounds and music, and I was like, oh shit. And then maybe that's how everybody feels about Camellia something. Anyway, so after that, I found um the website Delicious Fruit like right after I started googling like fan games
Nice.
and shit. So I found it. It's like the first hit, and I was like, okay. I was like, oh shit, there's like 8 bajillion of these damn things. Oh my, how how I just couldn't even figure out what to even think about it. And uh, and then I found a way to sort by rating, and then I saw Culture 2, which was the biggest mistake of my early career. It had
Oh my
lots of lights
goodness.
and sounds and stuff, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's time," you know. And I started streaming my first game of Culture 2, and I got my ass beat really bad. I probably spent 4 hours getting past 2 screens. I think
My
maybe
goodness.
maybe 3. And I wasn't about to quit, but you know, it was kind of demoralizing. I was like, "Damn, man, this is gonna take me forever to play through this game." And then my, uh, which how should I say this? I guess my sensei appeared in my chat
I
and
bet
was
it's
like,
more.
"Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life right now?" It's like, "Why are you playing this? What are you thinking?"
Okay, definitely know.
um, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. It just looked cool, you know. I think it's everybody's initial reaction is like, well, this looked cool, so I should try this. But that's always the big mistake everybody makes too. Uh, well, my sensei was actually MQPG, who's now known as Emanating.
Damn, that's crazy.
Uh, but at the time, M took me under their wing, and they basically introduced me to beginner games, and they had like their whole list of games and such. And I started playing like beginner stuff, and then I used Patrick's like beginner page as well, like everybody else does. And then, just like everybody else, I was got interested in avoidances, and I tried Snow Miku, and that game will forever haunt me, and it still does to this very day. Every
Classic.
time I hear Snow Miku, I just it causes me to have a mental breakdown every time I hear the song now, because I will never get over the fact that in the first like 15 seconds of that avoidance you get run over by a bus repeatedly.
Oh my god, it was that one. Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Apparently, Gab still has some baggage from that too.
Jesus.
It always
That Instagram is legendary. Holy shit.
I'll never forget that, because like that was like the hardest part of the avoidance for me. I just continually got run over by the bus that appears early on. It made me cry myself to sleep one night, and yeah, that's why I'm forever triggered by that damn song now. But yeah, that's basically where I started, and from there I kept streaming them, and here I am now somehow, one way or another.
I'm surprised you started with Culture 2. I thought you were like a fucking like a way older motherfucker than Culture 2. Culture 2 came out in like 2015, I think, right? Some shit like that. I thought you were like a 2014 kind of motherfucker, you know?
I guess not. I may be old, but I guess I didn't start like too old. Well, I like flashing lights and collars and shit, so it had to be something that would attract me, and that was the thing that did.
It was a fucking insane announcement back in the day. That might have fucking gotten you in. But yeah, no, like fucking, you got into Culture 2, and then you fucking deviated into like your usual shit. And so when did you start streaming Fangames? I guess you started streaming Fangames from like the get go, right? Like Culture 2 and shit. Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty much. I streamed Culture too, and that's when I was informed I was making the mistake of a lifetime.
right.
So thank God I did that.
That's fucking crazy. MQ was like an Omega OG. Like she came from fucking like Bisnap stream or some shit. And that's fucking crazy to think about. That's insane. But but yeah, no, like fucking after all of that, right? You gotta you continue fucking playing your Fang games, and then you got into the Fangame Marathon crew. Now I wanna
Yeah.
talk about this. You fucking got into the Marathon crew. When was that? 2016, 2017?
Oh God, it was like probably I want to say 2016. It's probably when it
Wow.
started.
Yeah, you're a fucking OG, dude. Shit.
Because I think there was a prior like three, maybe two or three before I started. Because I started it right before, I think the year or two before Wolves took over as like the major head for Fangame Marathon.
Right.
Um, and I don't even remember entirely how I got involved now. Honestly, I'm trying to think about how I got there. It was the first year, I think. Oh, 2015 was the first year. So yeah, it must have been. It might have been 2017. I don't entirely remember, um, but yeah, I don't even remember how I joined Fangame Marathon because I know there was announcements for it, and I guess they needed help, and I was like, I have a computer, and they're like, that's good enough, and I was like, okay, and then you know, I joined. That's typically our screening process, by the way. If you have a computer, you usually will get a yes.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong. It's true.
I
if you don't have a computer, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just not gonna. It probably won't happen. But yeah, I mean, they've always been kind of a little desiring of help. Actually, the first year I started, I think we had a ton of help, and then the next year after that, Unwolves took over and basically became an insane, mad dictator of things. He threw everybody out, and then we only had like two or three people left, and then that's why we're so understaffed. I pretty much blame Wolsk for that.
Oh, and I fucking
Wow.
believe it, bro.
Wow.
I believe it.
Wow.
See, I what I believe is that Wolf saw something in you and he fucking recruited you, bro. That's what I believe.
Potentially, yeah.
Wow.
But it's been weird watching like the marathon grow from when it started, or somewhat when it started. I guess I wasn't obviously there the first marathon, but it's watching it over the years. It's been amazing to see how much it's grown. You know,
It is fucking crazy, yeah. Now with like the involvement of like other communities and shit, that shit is crazy to me.
yeah, it's pretty nuts to organize as well. When I first started, I was just helping the tech crew with restreaming, but now I'm usually helping manage the connections between the communities. So I'm usually the guy that goes around, talks to everybody, and tries to gather up people for the marathon itself. And being connected to all these communities is quite interesting. That's how it kind of got me into playing Super Mario 64 ROM hacks a bit, and I was doing that for a bit. And those guys are super cool, by the way. They've always been like very tight knit community that also was open to ours, and that's where they usually have like a more of a major presence in the marathon than most of the other ones do. But I mean, a lot of Fangame communities are pretty small, so
I was just about to say shout outs to Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew's a
We'll
fucking
speak
king,
new
dude.
to it.
Andrew's a homie, Aglab's big homie too.
True. He added a fucking specimen to that one Super Mario game. Holy fucking shit, dude.
He even made like 2 avoidances like with Fangame style in Mario ROM hacks too, which I tried before. It's pretty insane.
Really nice.
Yeah. But yeah, you'd be surprised how really, really small. Like ours community, I would say is probably uh very large compared to some other ones. Like there's a community that just does like fan games for Frogger and Pac-Man, and it's like 20 people
Wow,
at
that's
most.
crazy, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really tiny,
Jesus.
tiny.
I'm in
Yeah.
a Discord server, Pac-Man fan game speedruns, and there's like 25 people at most in there.
You're not trolling, right, Rossi? You're not trolling?
No, 100%. Because just to sort of, I don't want to hijack Krakka's little intro, but yeah, I want to help out a little bit, reach out to communities, and I found like some Pac-Man.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah,
actual Pac-Man fan games that people speedrun, so I'm talking to a couple people there, but anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's been crazy with the expanding of the communities and stuff. So Racic's been helping me with the outreach because I can no longer like handle all of it by myself because there's so damn many of the things. Ugh, they're everywhere.
There's a
You'd be
fuck ton of
surprised.
communities,
There's basically a thinking community for almost anything you could think of. There probably is a community for it. It could be tiny or big. Yeah, I mean, well, that makes a good point. There's like a whole community for VTuber fan games too. Which of those are Not as small as you'd think. Small Ame, that Discord is like 1,000 people.
That is fucking
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ.
Yeah, that is insane. Oh my goodness. But
skull, Jesus.
but yeah, no, like I find it really interesting because I think you're like one of the main homies back in the day, and even like today, that love to participate in like community events. And I'm wondering, how did that come to be? I guess. How did you become like this fucking like fucking I'm in every fucking tech crew. I'm fucking insane. I got a big cock, etc.
Well, it all started when I was young, and I looked down, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I one time I caught my dad in the bathroom, and I was getting ready to use the bathroom. He was using the bathroom. He was just like, "How is this possible?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." That's how I found out I had a very humongous ding dong. It surprises me every day. I look down, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, we can talk about cock origin story all we want today. I don't know, but you can.
You get an erection, and it's like you got a fucking tripod down there. You're gonna
I mean, I just like kind of wiggled my way into Fangame Marathon, and then I just continued to just take on more responsibility every year, and and every time like there was stuff going down, I'd always try to be there. Like, as everybody knows, during Fangame Marathon, there's like very little amount of sleeping for about 3 or 4 days, and I probably get like 2 to 3 hours of sleep a day. I mean, I think I did better last year, but it was the point where it was like, whoa, man, like it wasn't even because we were short. It was just because there was just so much to do and stuff was going wrong, and I feel like is it Piranha? I think it might be Piranha that like literally every time he happens to restream, something goes horribly wrong.
Oh, we can talk stories all fucking podcast, bro. There's a fuck ton of them.
Yeah.
It was shark, not piranha. Okay, I knew it was a fish of some sort, so it's shark. Okay, yeah. So I'd always make sure to be awake, try to be awake around shark's shifts just in case, and something always happens. It almost never was his fault. It just cursed, just really, really cursed for some reason. Nobody knows why.
This year he had no problems now, right?
Last year was pretty good, actually. I don't think we had many issues. There was a couple weird stuffs, but I mean, that's always
that's like par for the course, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much par for the course, and so he definitely had something. There was something that happened. I don't remember.
I think this year the only thing that happened, I think that's like Tech Crew's fault was like I don't know. I remember when this happened. It was like the Wolsk 2 restream or whatever he was doing with that account. It just died randomly or some shit.
Wait, it was a fucking Wolsk 2 restream?
Yeah, his fucking alt Discord account in his laptop or something, and like I think the audio just fucking died or something. He just like left it there, and then Wolsk was just gone.
Fucking hell.
Oh, and if you've watched Fangame Marathon enough, you know that there's plenty of Krakka timer that always goes around, and I still people
yes.
what is that? And it's like, well, there was a year where I mean, that's literally every year where I guess I cannot sync a timer to save my life. I can't use life split at all. Like I've tried for many years to use life split, and I just can't do it. No matter how hard I try, and I always press the wrong button, or I reset it, or something. I don't know how I managed to do it every single time. But yeah, that's kind of the origination of that little meme, because I every time I'm on schedule, I always mess up the timer somehow.
Every single fucking year there's gonna be like a meme somehow, bro. It's just bound to happen. Like every year there's gonna be a fucking meme.
Yeah. Oh, I also am in charge of usually putting emotes on Fangame Marathon. Somehow I get, and that also is how quite a few memes accidentally have gotten started before. I'm sure we all remember the year of Doing Your Mom, because that one's. Yeah, Kiyoshi had me add that, and he's like, "It'll be great, dude." I'm like, "All right," and then. Sure enough, like that year was the Doing It Your Mom year. Like not, it was always like the joke, like everywhere. It was pretty amazing. um, yeah, I mean, I just did stuff that needed to be done. I arrive when I need to be arrivaled, and I help out, and I'm very dedicated. I basically in secret have pledged my life to Wolsk and the Fangame Marathon. First to Wolsk, then the Fangame Marathon. That's important. There has to be a distinction because Wolsk gets upset if he's second, so I have to make sure that he comes first. But then Fangame Marathon right afterwards.
Wolsk is a fucking tough motherfucker when it comes to the Fangame Marathon tech crew, bro. Not that from the time I've seen this year, bro, it was it was hardcore, dude. I'll tell you that.
But it works. Like he cracks the whip, and shit for the most part runs relatively smooth. So
that's why I wish fucking Anuj were here so he could get like the fucking taste of like what a tech crew. Really is
fuck
like.
Anuj.
Anuj is gonna be the one. He's actually thinking about being like a fucking restreamer for next year, and there he fucking is.
Speaking of the devil.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how fucking weird you're gonna be next year, man.
I'm gonna be Omega weird, dude. That's all you gotta know.
You're planning on being like a fucking restreamer, right, bro?
Yeah. That's the boss forced that upon me to be a restreamer. Sadly.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a fucking toughie, bro. Like nobody fucking sleeps, dude. Like that's what I'm getting here.
He promised me I'd get easy shifts, so I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Any word of advice you want to give to a news cracker?
Oh yeah. I would suggest buying like a 6-pack of Red Bull.
Oh my god.
Anything like easily accessible, like some chips, granola bars, like stuff you can just shove in your face. That way you have time. An alarm, maybe 3 alarms. That also helps too. Make sure that you set like a specific sound, so when Wolsk pings you, you automatically wake up. Like that's just what I do. Makes it really easy.
Buy a
shit bucket.
Yeah, just
oh
like
my fucking
get a poop sock, get a pillow, and get a blanket for your chair. You'll be staying in your chair most of the time, at least 3-4 days.
Okay.
See, yeah, I mean, graveyard shifts it depends on your time zone. That's always a time zone moment, so you never know if you're gonna get graveyard or not.
Time zone moment.
If you want to talk about it, we can talk about like fucking Cosmo and like his dedication. He fucking like he does like shifts at like fucking 4 a.m. or some shit like that. That shit is insane to me, man. I don't know how the fuck he does that. He's like,
Cosmo's
I'm
wild.
gonna sleep at fucking 7 and I'm gonna wake up at 4. It's like, okay. Or not even like 7. He gets like 2 hours of sleep. Oh, next, dude.
Yeah, he does like 2 or 3 runs almost every year, and then he does tech crew, and he does events and shit too. Like he's absolutely insane. Like I don't know how he even does it. Like I don't like it's hard for me enough to keep up with tech crew, let alone to run events. He created Coin Flip, which was amazing.
Man.
If you ever saw that.
Oh
if
my
you
god,
didn't
the
see
fucking
Coin Flip,
baggage
big
as well.
Coin
Jesus
flip,
and baggage, yeah.
and then still has the wherewithal to annihilate everybody in the race.
And the relay race, yeah.
It's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm still Cosmoing, so fuck all of you." Basically, that's what he did. He's like, "Yeah, I'm running on fumes and Duncan right now, so fuck all y'all."
Yeah, I don't blame him, bro. But
Yeah,
that's
so,
a fucking water cereal.
Fucking stop it.
Well, alright, let's not talk about it when fucking Racic is here. We can talk about it later, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can talk about the Fangame marathon later. Let's talk about favorite Fangames. What are you guys' favorite Fangames? Dude? Maybe shift the conversation a bit. You guys want to think a little bit?
A hush falls over the room. I mean, you can ask me again in like 20 minutes. My answer's going to change, but I love fucking like trap games that are like, like there's a billion fucking trap games, but so many of them are just so fucking dog shit terrible. Like, it's like Spike at fucking V speed fucking 80. I guess I'm dead. Funny. It's fucking dumb, and it's got the restarting guy rock, and they're all fucking dog shit. But the ones that are done like designed well and like fuck with your head, and where you're standing there and you see like spikes and a tree, and then there's a save. You're like, well, is it the spikes? Is it the tree? I'm fucked, and then something else entirely kills it. Like those are funny. Anyway, roundabout way. Wana Wana is like a classic. It's like a classic fucking trap game. It's like a gem. It's a beaut. And recently, like a lot of the ones from the recent trap contest were really, really, really good. Orbit Trap 2, so good. So
that
good.
definitely seems like a game for you, bro. Orbit Trap 2.
Orbit Trap 2 and I Don't Want to Get Trolled were pretty good. Yeah, those are like some of my tops for sure.
You're one of those motherfuckers
and
that
also anything that Matt and Jay has ever made is obviously
classic.
Like, of course.
Yeah.
So you're one of those motherfuckers that enjoy penalty rooms, right? I assume so. I assume you like those penalty rooms.
Yes and no. If the penalty room is like, if the penalty room isn't difficult. Like, if it's just like an inconvenience, then that's fine. You know what I mean? But, or if you go there once and it's a pain in the ass, that's also fine. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to like dodge shit, blah, blah, whatever. But if it's like a lot of games with the penalty rooms, it's like they send you there. There's like 5 or 6 different ways that you end up in there. And then when I get there, it's like a fucking chore to get through it, then that's fucking dumb. Go fuck yourself, right? You know what I mean? But if it's just like a goofy fucking, you got the animated sprites, you've got fucking love together, whatever the fuck, right? Nona Reeves, shout out to Nona. But yeah, if it's just like a goofy thing, you go through 2 screens, you're out, you're done. It's like, good, cool, I did it. And then you go back there, you're like, fuck me, and then you breeze through it again,
Classic. I hate the ones where it's like fucking like an invisible maze. That shit is ass, dude.
That shit's dumb. That shit's dumb. It should be like a funny thing with a goofy song, some goofy fucking sprites, and you go through it. It takes you like 2 minutes tops to get through the penalty room, and you call it a day, and then you end up there like fucking 10 minutes later. You know?
Have you played Metamorphosis, bro?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I remember that the penalty room is like this fucking Star Wars song, dude, and it's like the fucking cherry at the top. You gotta like shoot it for like fucking a minute straight, dude. Oh my god, that was fucking weird.
But yeah, I just like good trap games. They're funny because that's like kind of what, I don't know. I just think, you know what? Never mind. We're good. We're getting too far into like fucking. Oh man, how this kind of like touches on what fucking Para was saying last week. He's like, oh man, new game. How difficult can I make it? Ooh, I got a raging fucking hard on because I made a really hard game. Like, fuck out of here.
That was actually gonna be the next topic, but first of all, let's get on to fucking Krakka's favorite Fangame.
Yo, you know me, I tend to love the more Sudoku Sudoku / meme style of stuff. Like anything made by Eric usually is some of my favorite stuff. Like Minesweeper and 2Sweeper, 3Sweeper, Burn Mind I really enjoyed too, and trying to think. NAMTG, another Magical Tower game. That's probably one of my favorite games of all
Oh
time.
my god, what a fucking homie pick. That is really nice.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh no, do you have hot takes? You have hot takes, bro. I feel it. You have hot
Yeah.
takes.
It's funny because I call it my favorite game probably, and I still haven't finished it. It's been like a
Wait, really?
long journey through that game. Yeah, I'm still on the freaking the Crimson boss that's in there. I
Motherfucker,
need
you
to
gotta
do that.
experience Towerly, dude. That's like the podcast.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I need to get there. It's still on my list of things to do. But aside from that, I like a lot of adventure games too, like Eclipse. I want to make a sandwich, obviously, because I did that at Fangame Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Collab 1 and 2 were both some of my favorites as well.
Shit.
Especially Collab 2 because of Mr. Bones' wild ride. It's like still one of my favorite things. If it's got memes in it, I probably will enjoy it, even if they're the dumbest thing ever. Like I especially enjoyed the Sudoku game of Fangame Marathon. It's funny too because like
God.
the first year that came around, I had the idea in my head about us making like a Sudoku or like a meme game for Fangame Marathon because it would be dumb and easy, and it wouldn't be anything too complicated. And Peace had like a similar idea, and that was kind of how that started. It was because of the two of us that one year, and it stuck. Yeah. Brain cells. Special shout out to brain cells. That's a good one. I want to lose brain cells.
Jesus Christ.
It sure isn't easy. Well, it's easier than making like a professional game, at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a lot more low effort.
See, okay. So Wall says that, but like his stage in this fucking recent Sudoku game is like fucking insanely high effort, bruh.
Yeah.
I
it
would
was.
say that. Like
Well, this
fucking
was
like
really
the
high
fucking
effort.
like the fucking high effort traps. I don't know, bro.
I mean, I would argue for like the Sudoku game, like the collab for Fangame Marathon. I would argue that it's almost more difficult because you want to make it like fucking just off the rails, quote unquote, stupid, but you still want to make it like playable and enjoyable because you're intentionally making a Sudoku game, so you want it to still somehow kind of be fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a balance, right? And like, yeah, I know the stage I made, I was like, I'm gonna make funny sounds and music and do all the sprites. And then I saw everyone else's stage and I was like, oh, y'all went, okay, sure, yeah. You guys are fucked. Y'all are fucked.
Well, see, here's the thing. We actually talked about this in the episode where Ars and Cosmo was around, and no, they all agreed that it's like really fucking hard to make a really like a good Sudoku game. It's hard to make it dog shit and fun at the same time. So it is hard.
I guess it's a fine line. You walk between shit and fun. It always seems like they do it so easily, but I guess it's not quite as easy as it appears to be. Because you would think to make like a low effort, a seemingly appearing low effort game, it would not take much time. But I guess there's a lot more details and time that's invested into those horrible games.
I would definitely say that making a Sudoku game like every year is like way easier than a fucking not way easier, but like it's definitely easier than making like a Poggers adventure game every single year. Because I don't think you guys had that this year, right? Or we
yeah, it's been a couple years since we've had an adventure game that's specifically created for Fangame Marathon. Actually, I partially blame Plasma because I think Plasma Metroid stage killed the adventure for Fangame Marathon.
That was the time adventure this year.
Here's what we need to do. Maybe not let fucking Cosmo test it. And be like, oh yeah, that boss is fine. That boss is great. No problems with that boss.
Jesus fucking Christ. We can talk about that.
Like, I think the boss was almost fine, except for the part where all of the 4 racers were like criminally underslept. If they get more sleep in, maybe it would have taken less than, I don't know, 40 minutes.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
But yeah, Cosmo did just delete that boss in testing.
Cosmo deletes everything. That's a problem.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm on the team for the adventure race. I'm
You'll be
racing
the
it.
tester.
No, I'm not. I'm racing it against team racing it against fucking what's his name? I think it's Digi and who else? Who's the other guy? I can't
Oh my
remember.
God.
I don't know. Yeah.
You'll have to find someone who hasn't played a Fangame for you to race.
What do bro? Too far.
Next year's blind adventure for people who have never played fun games, just
That'd be good. That'd be good.
thrown completely blind. That would be actually exciting.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Kind of
Have
did
them
that with
co-op
the
so
fish
they
out of water
struggle together.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, there was a blind adventure for Fish Out of Water, right?
Yeah, yeah, fish out of
Yeah.
water. Yeah, it was like each person gets to play a game that they had no clue about, basically. That was really fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, that's right, Gab. You created the Fish Out of Water game last year, didn't you?
Yeah, that
That was quite something.
I don't
Yeah.
think we ever talked about that, Gab. Like your fucking experience making that fucking game.
that was I don't know. I really have this problem where like I get invited to do something and I should just say no, and I say
Okay.
yes instinctively, and so
I'm
and
the
so
same guy.
like
Don't worry, bro.
yeah, and I got offered to like do so many things that like now
Oh,
everything's catching
no.
up, and I'm like, holy shit, I should have not done that.
Don't worry, Gab. The blind adventure game still not being out falls pretty much entirely on me doing exactly that.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to say no. I think, and I hope that the release of FFM, which is gonna be like probably the last thing, will be the last time I'll ever like not think a lot before entering anything. You know, it's gonna take a while to get there. We're gonna start with the highlight reel this December. I'm close to getting vacations. I'm gonna try to Camellia to that shit and just finish it in 1 month. Hopefully, it'll be good.
If anything, Gab, you can think of seeing Denvik pop off during the marathon.
Oh
this
yeah,
year
that was
reward.
amazing. And
What
like
a hero.
Worth it.
yeah, not only
He's a
that,
hero.
like after the thing, we were like, dude, join Discord. We're gonna watch you finish the game, and he actually
And he did. There was like a fucking like
Yeah.
50 people in the
Yeah, there was
call.
Nice.
yeah, no,
Nice.
making FFM was my decision, but like that because I was like, "Ah, dude, I don't want. It's kind of like I love marathon. I really like the fan community, right? And so like
Mm.
when I hear that they're having problems with choosing a game and like they cannot find a blind game, like I remember seeing Wall streaming and he had like 8 Delphi tabs open for possible games, and he was like, I cannot find any. I'm gonna lose my mind. And I was like, I just like I felt like a lot of empathy. I was like, damn, I just don't want. I want to see that go well because Fish Out of Water is just really awesome as a concept. I was like,
Yeah.
well, a new game would be really cool, honestly. I was like, okay, I'll make something really simple. And then I think I still had school and other stuff going on, and like it was kind of fucked up. But like I asked J Rocker, and he carried really hard because like originally I was gonna code. He doesn't know how to code shit. Well,
Uh-huh.
he does, but just a little bit. And I was gonna code and make like half the screens of the game. What ended up happening is that I made like 1/4 of the screens, and Jiroka just like grabbed the other gimmicks on it. He just made like entire stages out of them. And I was like, well,
Crazy,
damn,
man.
there it is. There's the game.
Holy shit.
And then Josh was also clutch because like we were like, okay, there has to be a boss, even though he didn't get there and shit. But like we were like, okay, there has to be a boss just in case there's like an epic ending. And like we were talking about the game in a voice call, and just was like, "I'll help you," and he just made a boss in like 3 days or something.
That's really
It was
impressive.
really crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it was like hard carried. The problem with the release of that game as well is that I had standards for that game. It was a project I had planned not for marathon. It was like, okay, I'm gonna finish like I don't know, NNB2 or everything, and then I'm gonna work on that. And then like I was like, okay, I'll pull this project out of the project list, and I will be like, okay, this one's gonna be awesome. And like so, there's still plans. There's still stuff to be made. I posted a list of some jokes and stuff, but some of the stuff in there is actually serious.
I mean, it's good to hear at least somebody that makes games in the community has standards. So good for you, man.
Yeah, no, I wanted to add more stuff because like in the end, like we wanted to make a beginner game that was like not for babies, like which is like when Wolf sent that message that was like, yeah, good one, dude. It's pretty hard anyways. I was like, oh, shut up, dude. Don't be a baby. Let the guy suffer a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
And like we still and even then I know that like people will like destroy the game at a certain skill. And so I would like to have a little bit of a hard mode kind of thing.
Yeah, for
And
the
one
homies.
more stage because FFM is based on GGM. That was the entire joke of the thing. And we missed one stage of the original thing we wanted to do. But like the time was like getting really close. So there's still a lot of work to do with that game. But it will come out. I'm sure of it. It's just I don't know when, but it will
When
come
was
out.
the last time you guys fucking worked on it, bro?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
a fucking long time. Yeah, that
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, I
project's
assume.
dead right now. It's just gonna revive at some point, and we're gonna like destroy it.
Yeah, I have fucking a billion projects like that as well. How
Yeah,
about
like
did we talk about the fucking the adventure game? Like if it's like coming out and shit.
what adventure game? Oh, the Verve
Flashback.
one. Yeah, Flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
Oh boy.
Uh,
Oh my god.
yeah, it's,
Anytime you ask a question on that and the response starts with basically, the answer is no. It's not coming out.
Emoji, bro.
so in August, I kind of semi-consciously decided that like it's the mission is to just like clean out the to-do list. It's too big.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still very much ongoing, and Flashback is on that list. But like generally, there is like there are some things which are like polish, which you can just kind of do, and then there are some like notes in the to-do list for Flashback which are like make this stage twice as long as it is. Like there is a lot that can be done on the game, and I kind of need to decide what to prioritize if I actually want the game out, especially because I really want the game out this year, which like I think that's partly because of Fangame Awards, where I feel like maybe a bit of a jerk if I don't get it out for like all the other people who worked on it. I would like it to be eligible. But I also kind of have the defense that no one else is working on the game.
Oh fuck.
And so like I'm willing to take the responsibility, but yeah, I've been pretty bad at like getting both to the game specifically, but also I've been on a pretty significant game making low recently for like basically all of November.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be real, right, Verv? You fucking you're one of those motherfuckers that have like 1 trillion projects on your ass, dude. I swear, dude. Every like a month, you have like a fucking new project going on, dude.
Yeah, I kind of. Hold on, how is it?
Oh my god, he's gonna be like, yeah, there's like a fucking dozen, dude.
Are you
Doesn't
getting the
work.
list?
My to-do list has 5 items currently.
Okay.
Oh,
2 of which are personal projects, and 3 of which are a flashback, vandalized vandal, and a collab.
And then Vav helps me every day with any game making problem I have because he's my hero.
Yeah, school. Yeah,
Classic.
school is like. I mean, school is. I. I'm not. School is quite responsible for where I'm currently at with like fun games. Because
That's the most polite fuck you, Skull, I've ever
Well,
heard in my life.
so I made the 92 stage, which was like at that point I guess like the most proper thing I've made. And then I got invited into Van, where I just like made one screen which got used in the trailer, and that was so aggressively different to everything else I've made that it may have reshaped like how I make stuff. Like I basically spent like 4 hours on a single screen, and that's so much more than I've ever spent on like platforming.
Wow.
And so it kind of readjusted my approach to a lot of design, because like I think like room design is still easily just the I guess least I don't know if it's least fun, but
I
it
agree,
definitely can be.
I agree.
Like when you're in the mood, it just won't get itself done.
I'm more of a fucking coding tart, I won't lie. I assume you're the same as well.
Yeah, I started like game development. I approached it always like from coding, and then I seeped into everything else. But I'm a coder first.
But yeah, no, that makes sense. So we'll fucking maybe we get to see some fucking glimpse of the fucking the pod games that got fucking debuted on the Fangame Marathon.
Yeah, it's like it's the short answer is like I'll
One
try
day.
to get it done. Just know that I am stressing over it. It is not forgotten.
Yeah, I can fucking imagine, because I have been there before. It is true. Anyways, sorry for the fucking small like derail, but let's go on to the next topic. I forgot what the main topic was. I'm not gonna lie. Did you say your favorite fan game yet, Krakka? I actually fucking forget.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
yes,
was
it
like
did.
20 minutes ago. Yeah, I definitely did. But
Okay. You're just making sure.
We got it. We're good.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the next one that Racic actually alluded to when giving his answer. Do you guys prefer older fan games as opposed to the newer fan games nowadays? What do you guys think about that?
no,
Okay.
It depends. It depends. If I have to give a blanket statement, older is better because, like I
What?
said, let me finish. You fuck. Because Anuj,
Okay,
you had your
listen. Let's fucking go.
podcast.
Let's fucking go.
You had your podcast. Zip it.
Let's fucking
Keep your
go.
mouth shut. Because like I said, too many people that make games nowadays, again, I'm generalizing, are just have a giant fucking boner for difficulty. It's like, oh man, what crazy wacky gimmick can I make? Or oh, how difficult can I make the platforming? Instead of like focusing on making a overall fun game. Now, I say that, and there's going to be some people in chat that say, oh, well, some people find those difficult games fun. And that's fine. I get that. That's totally fine. And I'm cool with that. But overall, yeah, hot take. Here we go. The community is like talking out of both sides of its fucking mouth. It's like, oh, why can't the community grow? Why can't the community grow? And then it's also like, hey, let's make fucking 70 plus difficulty games constantly. Like, that's why it can't grow. So maybe we should look at ourselves and think, let's think, about maybe making some newer games that people can play, like even the one that Gab made that can be like accessible, and then people can like, oh, cool, I'm not immediately fucking dying to everything. This is fun. Maybe there's more games like this, and go down that rabbit hole. And people are going to say, oh, well, there's plenty of games like that, but those games have been played to death and they look like shit. Maybe a newer game with a little bit of polish that's relatively easy, that's a welcoming game to newer people, will help expand the community rather than fucking jerking each other off with 70 plus difficulty bullshit.
To some extent, I agree. I agree to the fucking difficulty meme, like bitches going like over like fucking, like insane like fucking like 90 difficulty needle and shit like that. But
I mean, sorry,
yeah.
last point on that. I'm not saying there's not a place for those games. Like, I'm not saying like every game needs to be like fucking beginner friendly, but there should be a good balance between insanely fucking nonsense shit and like some goofy, stupid, super easy games too. Anyways.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is like the part that I don't agree is what Skull is saying, that motherfuckers who are very horny over like that L needle, and like fucking shit like that. Kind of don't really care too much about like the growth of fan games, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like people like fucking fucking me, or like fucking other motherfuckers like making needle, and like we still talk about like fucking, oh dude, getting the community growth and shit like that. It is what it is. How about you, Krakka? What do you think?
I mean, TLDR, no, but
Okay.
to elaborate further, I mean, every era has like its good and bad, and you can kind of see those eras come and go as you play through fan games. You play some stuff back from when fan games first came around, and you play something now, it's totally different. But for me, I tend to not like the older fan games just because of, I mean, restarting music always gets on my nerves, and then like every game has Guy Rock. Well, I mean, a lot of games still have Guy Rock. I mean, I like Guy Rock, but eventually it gets a little old. But then sometimes it doesn't get old too. But anyway, tend to get more frustrated with older games because I feel like some of them were, I don't know, there just wasn't, the production value wasn't there, and then like there's usually a lot of just like really hard stuff. And I mean, some of the old games that I do like would be oh shit, like Carnival has some good stuff. Justice, I think I actually liked a lot, surprisingly. I don't know if it's even that old.
Great game.
But Justice is probably one of my favorite older games for sure. I mean, there was stuff made by the Rose Gear guy from back when that I liked too.
Right.
He had some good.
Yes.
Genki. Yes. Genki was probably one of my most favorite old games. So, well, yeah. I mean, Peace brings up a good point. I probably got exposed to a lot of the old stuff. Probably was like 2011 Japanese games, which were really yikes. But I don't like Bashi. I think it's one of the worst games ever.
Whoa!
It's an overrated piece of shit game.
Oh!
It's just, and then he's gone.
No.
There he goes. I mean, it's for Bashi in particular. For me, it's more about the engine than anything. It's like trying to play with an 18-wheeler instead of a car. To me, I can't do it. It's too
Agreers.
Yeah, and I'm not, when I say Bosch is like an overrated hot mess, I'm not denying its importance to the fan game community. It's a super important game because like a lot of people see people playing Boshi, and it's like you see fucking XQC, whoever the fuck streaming it, or fucking forcing or whatever, right? Fucking, oh well, Boshi, let's play fan games now. It's important, but it's also like, if you look at it objectively, it's not a great game. It's fine. It's okay. It's like I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. It's fine. It's a serviceable fucking game, but I wouldn't sit here and say, "Oh, Boshi's the best fan game." No, it's not.
Yeah, bro,
And
you're pretty sure
just for perspective, this entire year, from January 1st until now, anything that is rated like on Delfruit 5 or above and a difficulty of 0 to 50, there's only been 128 games in the entire year.
That's not bad. I wouldn't say.
But the thing is, most games are being made for people in the community, right? So, like, if you go through and play some under 50 difficulty game, and you played fan games for a year, right? You're only gonna spend like less than an hour on it, unless it's
Well,
something massive.
That's
So,
kind
like,
of my point.
What's the point in making a million more of those games when there's already probably 1,000 decent, like, under 50 difficulty games, right?
And there's 1,000 decent over 70 difficulty games. I don't see
but
your
when you're making it for the community, right?
That's no, you're actually echoing my point. The games are being made for the community, not to expand the community, is what I'm
I
getting
mean,
at.
like, I think
So
with this,
either we need to focus on making games for the community as it is, and maybe some people will hop in here or there, or we, shut the fuck up about how the community is not growing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have both. You can't just sit here and make games for the community and then complain about. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying like, oh, we need to do this, we need that. But if you're gonna complain about the community not growing, then why aren't we doing anything to grow the community with the new games? I don't give a shit one way or the other. I play whatever the fuck I want. I'm just saying it seems weird that like we're making all these difficult games, but also as a whole, I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, the community." It's like, how do we grow the community? How do we grow the community? Well, maybe don't release 70+ difficulty games every other week. It's just, again, generally speaking, some people like the community as it is. Some people don't. Some people like the hard
There's
games. Some
also
people don't. Yeah.
there's also a point to be made that like fangames are not like the only way to grow the community. Like we're having like these fucking like events every now and then. We got like the tourney and shit. We got the fucking Fangame marathon. We got the Fangame awards. We're doing like the Fangame is like one thing, but like fucking we got the media to probably figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it puts a spotlight on the community, and then they go load an ancient game with shitty restarting music and default sprites. Cool.
I wish everybody had the experience that I did, like to have somebody take you under their wing and kind of show you the path you should take instead of running into the dead ends of shit games and picking the wrong choices. Like, not everybody has that kind of experience. If anything, it's not, to me, I wouldn't say it's the games that drive people in and out. It's the community itself,
Yeah.
It's people that'll do that more so than the games. It's not like a bad game experience will run them out of the community. It's when they go in the door and they see, people and dropping these sick memes. Like, oh, that's so cool. But then you get the Clears channel and it's just hot trash, and it's just like, oh God, why am I here? What am I doing with my life? Time to bail the fuck out of this.
You show up in my stream and get insta-banned, perma-banned within 10 minutes.
It's true. Wait, so I don't get it, right? Because there's plenty of good beginner games. Even if they're not new, they're still good, high quality new game, like beginner games, right? Like Porin Kasuma is a really good fucking new game. That's beginner friendly. People could just play that. There doesn't need to be a constant flow of new games, right? Because I don't know, it just seems like a waste of time, because most people in the community, like, who are half bad, like say Flavia, for example, he's gonna beat these easy games in like, I don't know, an hour. It's not gonna give him any sort of fulfillment. So it doesn't make sense.
Well, the way I see it is, to grow the community, we stop making 2D basically precision platformers, right? Like, it's just a niche genre. Like,
yeah, that's the way. But no one can do that.
Like fucking battle royales or something.
Yeah,
It's always going to be niche. I mean,
exactly.
the people who would like fan games.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
people
way
who
I
like
see it.
fan games, they would like fan
Like-
games. Like they'll grind out a game like Boshi, or they grind out a game like Spook Jam, or a game that's like half, like not too easy, but
I
also
just think in
medium.
general, it's hard to attract people to play fan games.
Yeah.
Like my brain's broken. That's why I play fan games. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. I mean, I can't count how many times somebody's come to my streams and said, "Wow, I'd rather scream into a pillow for 8 hours than play this game."
exactly.
And it's like, why are you playing this? This is terrible. Why would you want to do this to yourself? And it's like, well, I mean, it's fun. How can I explain this to you?
Yeah,
Try
I
it.
think it's just like it's so niche. It's not really something you can expand in an easy way. Other than like being able to like show off things more. I think the events are the best way to like show people, they're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like
Events are usually
if people know they're there, then they're either gonna like them or they're not. I mean, that's just the way it is. I think.
Yeah, the events are definitely the best opportunity for people to see the community, like the best parts of the community, the better / worst games, and the better / worst people. Like, I mean, last year we started off a news, and God,
It was amazing.
Yeah, that was a
It
mistake.
was
That was a
amazing.
mistake. Took
First
25 fucking
Wasn't
minutes to get
it?
shit set up.
It was amazing.
was lagging out the whole time.
It was amazing.
Fuck.
That was a great one. Oh, saved the event.
Well, is that a wrap up for that topic?
I guess so.
I guess.
I look forward to the next 75 difficulty needle game coming out in an hour, and then an hour after that, and then in a fucking hour after that. I can't fucking wait.
But I don't know what what do you propose, Racic? What do you want? You want people to just make easy games? Like, I mean,
No,
I don't know.
a variety is what I would like. A variety of quality games of varying difficulties. That's
The
it.
thing is,
There have been
it's
really
just
good beginner-friendly games lately. I mean, full techno jackass, not the hardest thing in the world. It's not beginner-friendly, but it's
I've been
relatively
playing. I've been playing the
There's,
Tony game from this week right now. It's really good. It's really easy beginner game. Someone could play that.
Tony
And does the
game
first
is
for
nice.
sure.
Sorry,
do
which one?
wish- I do
I
wish
want to
there
save
was-
the ship.
Oh, nice.
sorry, Gab.
Oh, yeah, I want to play that. I've
No,
avoided.
no,
It looks sick. When I saw the. Sorry, I'm totally cut you off, Gab. I saw the trailer last year. And I was like, that looks good. And then I see people playing. I'm like, fuck. I'm closing Twitch right now.
Yeah.
It looks,
Yeah.
Also,
it looks pretty sick.
Panasonic Blu-ray, fantastic beginner game, especially with the nerfs that came later.
I'm sad that I won't be able to fucking watch it.
Yeah, those games are good, but they're hard to make, right? So it's easy to make a 70 difficulty Neo game. You can put out fucking 100 in a day, so people will do it.
Production value is what's actually making it impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
For people to make
Because
it's all this production value. People spend way too much time on it now.
True.
You need crank
yeah, but
games
that's what attracts people. I mean, as sad as it is, that's what gets people going. So it takes longer to get the games out.
I won't go on anymore about it.
I know.
But yeah,
Sorry,
Gab,
Gab,
you
what
were
were you
saying?
saying? Yeah.
Oh well, I was gonna say that like one of the biggest problems with like making fan games for me at least is that like I it's a balanced flow, right? Like I wish like there was a 50-50 with the difficulty ranges and shit. Like it would be great, but I think one of the things that contributes to it is that most people are making these games for free, kind of, and like why I mean it contributes. It's most people are just like worried about making what they like and just like putting it out rather than like thinking a lot. Like me personally, right? Like if I could just like stop doing anything and just like make fan games, like I'll fucking do it in a blast, like if I could just live doing that. But like I know that's not gonna happen, and like I would like make, I don't know, easy modes, hard modes, everything. I wish like I could like do a flow of games, but it's just not possible. And like I feel like some people are just like they love a certain difficulty and they're just stuck with it because they love doing it. And maybe if there was more of an incentive to like be more varied, like put more effort into everything, then maybe there will be more easy stuff. But like I don't know. Easy games usually have like since they're trying to attract people most of the time, like they usually have a lot more like value and quality than most hard games. Like hard
True.
games are just like, oh, you already enjoy Fangame, you don't even care that much about some aspects of it, so you can just like get into it. It usually is extra in most of those games. But for easy games, a lot
Yeah,
of the time it's
cause
like, yeah,
yeah,
for easy
cause
games,
you want to attract like motherfuckers who like like who like fucking 70 needle, like fucking motherfuckers who like their hard avoidances and shit like that. You wanna attract them in some way or another with like beginner fan games.
yeah.
And that's what I tried to do with like fucking Neon 3, even though it's like fucking not that easy
Another,
of a fan game, but
another fucked up thing about easy games is like there's a lot of people that when trying to make easy games, they want it to be like attractive to like a lot of people, and that's like really hard because the people who like hard
yeah.
games are gonna be bored to hell with your easy game most of the times.
Then don't
And yeah,
fucking play them.
Oh, Jesus,
well, I
okay,
mean,
dude.
yeah, I mean, I get that, but
Well,
like,
like no one's gonna play the game.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
But a lot of the times, it's like you, the biggest audience is the crazy people. And yes, we could bring more people with the beginner stuff, but at some point they will also grow. I feel
Yeah.
like, and
well, it's also the games that get played are the ones that are played on Twitch, right? And
yeah,
almost everyone who streams on Twitch is just cracked. Like I'd say, it's at least 75% are just absolutely cracked, especially the big guys. And like that's what gets played is what people play on stream all of the time. So it's
That's
just kind
true.
of a very hard situation to make beginner games and like get an audience for it.
Yeah,
there's
speaking of
definitely games that manage to do it. I think Cocktail recently did it, for example, because it's like you can be a fucking psychopath at fan games, and I'm pretty sure you will have fun with that game. It's just really well made. It has other details to it that like would attract you to play it.
Well,
But
Blu-ray
it's
also had some good
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, Blu-ray is really fucking nice. Really nice game.
I'm
But
not saying these easy games have to be streamed. I'm just saying there needs to be, again, if we're looking at like people that are like, let's say somebody sees I don't know, fucking Nins or fucking Master Max Fire, whatever, who's got 20, 30, 50, however many fucking people watching, like people like, oh man, this looks cool, and then they go to Delphi or whatever and they see like all these difficult games. Maybe they see an easier game and play it and be like, oh, cool, this is good. And they grow from there. Just like every one of these motherfuckers that is cracked, to quote whoever the fuck said that. You know what? Max didn't, his first fan game he played wasn't fucking Melanzana. You know what I mean? Like, he was probably at some point a piece of shit with fan games too. And so was Nins, and so was everybody. So, anyway, that's whatever. Make whatever the fuck you want, play whatever the fuck you want.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Incorrect.
So, anyways,
Yeah, no, we'll it says it right. It's like some people are going to want to start easy, some people aren't. Like, I guess at the end of the day, just make whatever you want, but it is what it is.
but, it's funny that the Slav actually mentioned like motherfuckers who stream and shit. Like they can stream like any fan game and like anyone could be like, oh dude, this actually looks like a fun time. I'll fucking play it, right? And
And then they'll get their ass rocked within 5
yeah,
minutes.
either they
and
get their
never play
fucking
another
ass
fan game
blasted
again.
or yeah, like fucking like speaking of like easy fan games, right? Like fucking Flav was playing Crimson Needle 2 and then like Wolf was like, alright dude, bet. I'll play Crimson Needle 2 too. And then he beat it in like fucking 2
I hate
streams.
these fuck.
And then Wolf beat it in like 2 streams.
Every time I play a game, someone goes through and beats it in like half an hour.
Yeah, my hero. Awesome.
Did it with Figure too, dude.
Go fuck
What a guy.
yourself is basically what he was saying.
Yeah, fuck you,
I play
Wolf.
Magic
Jesus
Tower
Christ.
game, I can't catch a break.
Fuck you, Flav. I guess that's really what we're getting from this.
It's my cross to bear.
Okay, so let's go on to the next topic. Let's talk about your fucking. Actually, since we're talking about like fucking game making and shit, let's talk about your fucking game making experience, Racic. Fucking big man trying to make like this fucking insane, humongous first fan game, dude. How's it going so far?
It's going all right. Before we started, I did some work on animating a piece of shit walking.
Not
clearing the
bad.
background of it. But like, actually, I could share my screen if need be. But like, it was like
Literally or figuratively?
No, it's like a poop, and he's like walking.
Oh, it's so literally. Okay.
Yeah, no, like actually like a piece of shit walking. I have two sprites for it. There's like a larger one, a smaller one, but yeah, no, I've been kind of fucking around with it for a few years now, but like only taking it a little bit more serious the last like year-ish. Yeah, I don't know what you want to know. It's like progress. I'm almost on the main part of the game. I just have to add the final area and then the final boss encounter, and then it's just the to-do list testing, and then off she goes.
I don't know, bro. I find it funny as shit that like you introduced all of that with like saying, "Yeah, bro, I'm animating a piece of dog shit," like just fucking walking.
No, not dog shit, just shit.
Just shit. All right, man.
Just like shit.
But yeah, no. I've actually wanted to talk about your inspirations into like getting into game maker and shit. Like, how'd you get there in the first place?
Well, I mean, not everybody, as a lot of people do when they play these fucking games, they're like, oh,
Shit.
these are cool. I want to make one, right? And then you look at, the Pat videos, shout outs to Pat. I mean, his are mostly like boss avoidance stuff, but that's like a good jumping off point. And there's like different tutorials on triggers and how they work and stuff. And I was like, hey, I really like fucking these games. I'm gonna make one of these games. You know what I mean? So I was like, just kind of had an idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if like there's this whole fucking like because I want to make a game that's like almost like a tribute to like the shit that I like, but also take the piss out of like a lot of the shit that I like too. You know what I mean? Like, I want something that's obviously gonna be over the top and not take itself seriously whatsoever. So it's gonna have this convoluted dog shit storyline, just being like, fucking, oh yeah, this kid, he's going to go on a date, but he doesn't like music, and she's like, fuck you, basically. So he's got to learn to develop an appreciation for music, and there we go. We start the game. But yeah, I just started fucking around with that. I poked around in Discord, asking people here and there, Kurath, fucking Kyoshi, Pat, basically anybody and everybody that's got any amount of knowledge. The community is great in that regard. I mean, we can shit on each other all we want, but at the end of the day, if people need help making shit, I feel like anybody is gonna help. Yeah, no, it's been cool, and I'm getting there. There might be a trailer coming very, very, very soon, a second one, but
hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and it's just like I said, it's, to me, again, I'm not gonna sit here like I know I was going on about like, oh, beginner fan games or whatever. That's just like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I'm the authority on what should or shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, for me, fan games are about like that goofy, fucking fun shit. You play it, you're like, you have a few laughs, you die to a few things. It's like, oh, that's fun, that's funny, cool. I want to make something that's like that. And other people are like, oh, fan games are about insanely difficult needle games and that. You know what? That's cool too. Like, that's kind of part of the beauty of like the fan game community, is that there's so much fucking variety. But for me, like, I've noticed, kind of tying back to our last question and discussion, it's like I've noticed there aren't well, I mean, there are, in the last couple weeks, months, whatever, but like overall there haven't been as many just like fucking like goofy fucking trap games. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
So that's kind of what I was aiming for. I'm like, let's just make one of these fucking things. If people like it, great. If people don't, great. But at the end of the day, if somebody gets a good laugh, then that's really what matters to me. And what matters to me is too that I actually put it out, because I have fucking ADHD, fucking squirrel brain. So anyway.
Yeah. So basically, what you're trying to make here is something that you know that it's gonna be like a fucking good fan game. You know how these fucking fan games go, and you want to make like a pog trap game. You want to add like a funny man's to the wiki, basically.
Yeah, and I fully understand. Like, it has a very distinct target audience, because I know like there's some people that think I know that there's some people probably in chat, probably active in chat right now, that think trap games are like Satan's fucking, ejaculate. I get that. That's fine, whatever, right? But like people that like that shit, I want to make something for them, and if other people like it, great. If not, that's okay too. Like,
Are you saying that Satan's ejaculate is a bad thing or a good thing?
I'm not sure.
God fucking damn it, Racic. Alright, so fucking how many hours do you think you have in this project, bro? Like, what do you think?
Lots, like a lot.
If you combine all of your fucking like your fucking developing streams, like they've been like what, like 3 hours like each. It's like fucking
Easily
crazy.
like 100 plus, easily.
That's
Because
that's fine.
I'm still learning, right? Like this is my first, with an asterisk, like fan game that I'm making, so it's taken me a while to learn about. Like, I mean, by and large, with a trap game, it's essentially about triggers and understanding triggers, whether you're creating them, deleting them, using them to create objects, using them to create the triggers, and understanding like, oh, it is what happens first. Is it the create code or the creation code, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. So it's like all that shit has been kind of learning on the fly and asking people in Discord and stuff. So
Really nice.
yeah, it's just a very much just kind of learning on the fly, learn on the job kind of vibes. But yeah, definitely over like 100, which is sad to say, but here we are.
I don't think that's sad to say. You're fucking passionate about your fangame, and you definitely do talk a lot about it. Like in fucking like people, you do like to bring light into it. And it's like I think it's a cool thing.
I like talking about it just as like kind of like a joke, just being like, hey, because someone's like, no, someone's playing like a trap game and like they'll be like, oh, blah blah, I really like the music. I'm like, oh, you like trap games with music? Well, blah 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 blah. I just like, again, just like fucking around, but people have told me like I was surprised, like I was so scared at the fucking
First
last year's
reception or some shit.
fan game awards when I put a trailer out. I was like, oh my god. I was so terrified, dude.
I remember.
I'm like, fuck it, here's the trailer. Fuck, I'm scared. And then I saw the chat and people were like, oh man, I'm most looking forward to that one. I'm like, are you fucked? Like, why? Like, did you not watch the other trailers, bro? Like, what is your fucking problem, man? But like, just getting a nice warm-ish reception to that. And also even like last week's fucking podcast, where just a lot of the chat was just saying like, yeah, no, there is like a difficulty creep in that, and like while there is an audience for that, it would be nice to have like a just some other options, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. If people came to a trailer's never come out anyway, lol. Yeah, well,
Racic is here smiling and like he knows, dude. He's gonna put out another fucking trailer.
Fuck, Peace knows what's up. But yeah, it'll come out when it's out. It'll be sooner rather than later. If everybody likes it, great. If everybody fucking hates it, great. But it's a passion project, and I'll be happy when it's out. Yeah, I've got some good testers lined up as well, just because I know that's a very important part of the process. So I know Kura said he'd be down, and of course Nal said he'd be down to test it, probably off stream because it's a trap game. I don't want to give too many other goodies away. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right, Cosmo testing.
No,
you fucking Racic's face just like just fuck that, bro.
The answer is no. No, it's too hard for Blue Skull. It's too hard for.
But yeah. Fucking I got a question for you that I feel like a lot of people do have questions about this as well. They're like fucking people have seen you in chat, right? People have seen you in chat going like, I don't know if I want to release this anymore. Maybe people don't see this slightly. I want to hear it, bro. I want to hear if you commit or not commit. Like what are you thinking here?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here, broski. It's just like, it's just there's been a lot of.
My apologies.
I know it's all good. It's just like when I go through those, I guess, moods, we'll say, of where I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to release this shit. I'm just gonna work on it, make it, and then be happy that I finished it. It's just like I'm not in a great space. I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to put it out, blah blah blah. It's like I'm fucked in the head. Everybody knows that. Like I'm pretty open book with my fucking brain, but so I'm just like I'm not. I basically I'm not confident that I'm not going to sit
Right.
here and be like, oh, it's going to be fucking tens across the board. But I'm just like worried that like, oh, I'll put it out, it'll get universally fucking shit on, you know, whatever. And then I'll look at the reviews and be like, oh, all that time I spent was a fucking waste of time. Nobody likes, you know what I mean? It's just like my
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
snowballs
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it takes this negative idea and just fucking runs with it. So it's just like, oh yeah, you're going to put this out and it's going to be bad. No one's going to like it. And then part of my brain's like, hey, stop saying that, stop thinking that. But it snowballs. So I just went through like a month or so where I was just like, ugh, I didn't even want to fucking put this out because like blah blah blah, you know. So I was like, but eventually I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna make it. It will be released, confirmed, breaking news on the Fangame podcast.
Yes.
It will be released 100%. You might not like it.
Okay, Racic. Because like, here's the thing, right? There's a reason as to why I asked this question and put you on the spot and shit. Because like, I hear it like all the time. I feel like everyone in this call has felt the same way you're feeling right now, but they just don't vocalize it. I definitely have been there. Fucking releasing kill. Yeah, sure, man. Releasing like fucking Killvinator 2. I was like, dude, people are gonna fucking enjoying. People are gonna enjoy this fucking K3 clone. People are fucking gonna be like, and then like the first streamer I see is like fucking Para, right? And he's just like fucking eating my asshole, right? It happens, but here's the thing. Everyone fucking feels that way, releasing their first fan games, and it's definitely not something to be ashamed of. I think it's actually very natural for someone to be nervous about fucking releasing their first fan game. But generally, like people are gonna be like really fucking. I feel like since you've got like a good first impression in the first place with the trailer, I think it's gonna be like a pog. It's gonna be a pog, man.
Yeah, and I mean, as it's like coming together, and like I've got like essentially 2 screens left to make. It's like I'm a lot happier with it. Like I've done a lot of shit off stream and stuff, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is cool. And like the screen I'm on now it's like completely off the fucking rails. It's like it uses a bunch of
Right.
audio from a bunch of streamers. Nal, Anuj, Flav, fucking Para, Stonk. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, Manor was pretty good too.
Oh, I should check out that game. Fuck.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to finish it off. Like I literally like if I could, I legitimately want to share my fucking screen for a sec. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I
You're
don't
gonna
fucking
do
care.
it.
I don't know. I don't actually know how to do it.
The bottom left, bro. It says like screen, and then there you go.
There you go. Like look at this. Look at this. There it is. There it is. The fucking poop walking.
You told me you've animated this. This is your animation.
No. I stole it off Google.
Ah, okay.
All right, I'm not playing it. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, how do I stop that?
That is insane. That is actually insane.
But just dumb shit like that, like literal dumb shit like that. But yeah, no, it's good. I'm excited. It'll be fun. People will like it. People will hate it. It's just like with any one of these fucking games, right? So
Yeah, like one of the main things that like first time game makers think about is that like they try to like fucking satisfy everyone in the community. They try to find a way to like yeah. They try to like fucking satisfy every like fucking, you know, clique, fucking meme. It's not the right way to go. Absolutely, you should fucking try to focus on your style and like figure it out from there. See how it goes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Because like I'm pretty sure like fucking Nins or well, he's a bit of a fucking meme lord, let's be honest. You know what I mean? But like some of these like people that are really good at these games that like don't like trap games, guess what? You're gonna fucking hate this shit. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna absolutely fucking hate it. And you know what? You're probably not even gonna fucking play it, and that's fine. And that's fine.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're actually running close to the 2 hour mark, so let's fucking get onto like the meatier topics. Let's go back to fucking Krakkamans. I actually want to hear a lot of fucking banger Fangame marathon stories because I know there's a fuck ton of good ones, bro. There's a fuck ton of good stories out there, dude.
I was thinking the same thing. Anyway. Well,
Yeah.
man, I mean, I feel like the constant story is lack of sleep. Something happens, everybody laughs. That's generally
Yeah, that's like the
most.
classic. Yeah, that's the classic.
That's pretty much all the stories.
yeah, that's it.
Because when you don't have no sleep, things just happen. It's just really how it goes. I mean, not that I. Yeah, it's right. Cosmo. At some point, thanks for reminding me, Skull. Sometime for whatever reason, wanted to try a McDonald's donut, and he did, and it was probably. It was like he basically said it was the worst donut he's ever had in his life. um, that one was pretty good. I mean, there was that one year where where I said someone's pissing, of course, and that kind of
Classic.
that kind of blew up. I still 100% understand that one myself, but I guess I walked into it. And then during my run of sandwich, every time I went to make a part of my sandwich, somebody came in and said someone's pissing during my run. What else was there, man? It's hard to remember because there's been so many years. There's always a token Clayson shift almost every year. Clayton almost always will take one shift, but he does it every year. What else? Mm. Oh yeah, I really didn't want to mention that one, but yeah, there was Denvik showing his stream key live on during the marathon. I would keep trying to put that one away, but that's probably one of the one of the highest on the list for last year. Denvik was streaming and he was going through he had a stream that was showing his desktop and on a notepad he had his stream key and showed it for like a full I don't know 30 seconds to a minute without thinking about it. So that was pretty good. What else? Oh, I keep thinking about stuff that's about me, but I'll probably never forget the I think it's I want to have feathers run that I did with M at 2 or 3 years back, where I think it was Mega Kid did a run and there was no audio from his end, and we just made shit up the entire run. Yeah, I want to have Feather 2 commentary. Yeah, that's what it was. We literally made it up the entire run. And Mega Kid was communicating via notepad during that run, and it was a train wreck to say
There
the
was
least. But
Despacito at the end and shit. I still remember that.
yep, there was Despacito. uh, trying to think of what else. Hmm. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes as well, but it's really just I know people think we do some crazy stuff behind the scenes, but really it's just us sitting in tech crew wondering when the next thing is going to break and how and how much sleep we're getting and how to plan our sleep schedules and how many Red Bulls we've had during during the marathon. Oh my god. It's there's no deep dark secrets. It's really just a lot of talking about the runs that are ongoing and and small army. Yeah, that was That was something too.
That's very true, Peace. That's very
Have we
true.
talked about the Mega Kid incident?
Which one?
The Mega Kid. Oh,
No, yeah, he mentioned it briefly.
the fucking
Yeah.
the fucking.
I want to have feathers too run.
Yeah.
That was a major incident. Yeah.
What a fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that too. Yeah, we do. We basically tech group basically sits in the voice channel the entire marathon just to make sure that everything's going, and sometimes they don't. I think there was also like usually there is always like a run that will change something big for the next year, and I think what 2 years ago when we did 6-man soulless, that thing
Oh
looked
my
like
fucking god! I
it looked
forgot
like
about
smeared diarrhea
that.
on the
was
screen.
fucking. It was really bad.
And the next year afterwards, we're like, yeah, I think we might want to consider A, not doing that again, and B, maybe getting a new stream piece. So I mean, the runs that are the time for a new PC run, yeah, pretty much. We always have like at least one or two runs that change the course of everything somehow because of either how bad it is or how impressionable it is. Stream PC and all that. Oh yeah, that's the stream PC is a very fun thing to do. So I mean, if you've never done it before, if you're trying to like do restreaming, you basically have to remotely connect to another computer out in somewhere, maybe Alaska. I don't know where it's at, and then we do all the work from there. But that creates its own unique problems sometimes. Like one year, whenever somebody comes to the computer, it would cause the stream to turn black, and then there was another year where literally we could not play music off of it. I mean, there's all kinds of weird, unique problems with that.
Well, lots of yeah. Yep.
What about when you're like trying to fucking set people up for the stream itself? Is there like any like fucking funny stories that came out of that, or maybe like some difficulties or some shit like that? Because like I know you're one of the homies who do that.
There was definitely something last year. I don't. Oh my god! Yeah, now I remember. Okay, so there was a guy's name I couldn't pronounce. And
Oh no!
I think it was supposed to be Muy Manias or Muy Manias or something like that. I forget.
Oh right.
And then I basically came back from the bathroom and tech crew chat. I was like, Muy Mania, or something like that. And Skull was like, dude, you should do that when you talk to him, when you introduce him and stuff. I was like, okay. And then I went into the room with him. I was like, what's up, Muy Mania? And he's just like, yeah, hi. Can we hurry up and do? I was like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ, no!
No.
It was a bad fucking influence, bro. I'll tell you that, dude.
It was. That's what happens when you're on low sleep.
Oh shit.
Stuff like that seems like a good idea. And it's like, yeah, it seems like it'd be really cool and funny. And then it's just like, no, it's not. It's neither cool nor funny.
That's so sad.
I felt bad afterwards, but it was. Oops. Yeah. Well.
You definitely shat on Skull after that, right? He deserves it.
I mean, I can't like do that to Skull. That would be.
Come on, shitting on Skull's like the favorite. It's like everyone's favorite like pastime, dude. It's.
True, Skull. Yeah, if Volska's not there to rein us in, it can get a little.
Yeah. Every time I hear Skull say something, Wolf just says, "Don't." And like that's how I fucking goes. It's like every fucking
yeah. Yeah, there's almost every year there's a point where I'll go off the rails and do something I shouldn't be doing, and every year it's almost pretty consistent. I do something bad, and Wolska's like, "Bro, why'd you do that? Why would you do this?" I think it's one of those things where it's funny at the time, but when I look back, I'm like, "Shit, what was I thinking?" Because like last year during Bummer and V's run with
That's a
running
controversial
through.
one. That's a controversial one.
Yeah, I may have inserted some random sound effects into certain areas while they were doing it.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
I thought it was good as well, but like I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
There has to be like a certain level of professionalism, but like by day 3 or 4, like that level of professionalism kind of dwindles down to like maybe 2% of my thought process by the time of being no sleep. And instead of me, it's like, oh, make joke funny,
Funny,
funny.
dude.
And Cosmo is bad too because he will sometimes fuel my ideas. He's like, oh, dude, did you know you could make? Shit.
And then
Yeah.
Console gets to just like walk away, and be like, and then you're the one that gets in shit.
yeah, Cosmo will give me an idea and just like, wow, I can't believe you did that, and it wasn't my influence at all. It's like, no, that was all me.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean, I can confirm. Sorry to interrupt. What Skull's saying, 100%. As someone that's kind of sort of a part of the tech crew, yes, we're all a bunch of fucking idiots, and Wolska's there too.
And then there's Wolsk. It's true.
Yep. Wolsk is the guy that corrals the cats. He does it particularly well.
Corrals the cats. He corrals all of us pussies. It's what cats
And
are. Another name for cats.
it's a blast being part of that though. Like that's one of the big reasons I always come back, is because it's always so much fun despite everything that goes on. It's just really a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun to hang out in the fucking voice chat. I've only been there for like 1 year, and it's like fucking the amount of dumb shit that happens in the background is fucking hilarious. Like you mentioned the story of like Zebby's fucking what like the setup stream or whatever. Yeah, did you mention that?
Oh no, I didn't get to see that run, but I guess that was
Great run.
that was his slicing fruit run, right?
Yeah.
That I saw all the clips from that, and it looked amazing.
So it was Skull, Wolfskin, I think Cosmo in a call, and like they were fucking setting up Zebby, and if you remember the slicing apples, the fucking segment in the Fangame marathon, it was basically that. But like Zebby was doing like funny shit during the setup stream, and like everyone was fucking dying on the tech in like the fucking call, dude.
They were recording that shit.
They
It's just not
recorded
in the
it.
highlight reel.
True.
Yeah.
Actually.
They gave me the footage to put it in, but yeah, there's the whole like back scene, like the backstage of that whole fucking run. It's like fucking 5 minutes at least. It's pretty fucking long. It's a lot. They were losing their mind for like multiple fucking minutes.
Fucking
Actually
leave it
crazy.
for the entire time, bro. That shit's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about times when you have someone in the Eastern community? How do you like fucking how do you like set them up? Do you set them up in like a different way or some shit? I assume.
Usually it's via text mostly.
Via text,
It's just we try to like talk like in chat, and then sometimes we usually try to communicate English, but it's hit or miss. It's not really anything impressive, and sometimes they just know, and everything's already set up and ready to go, and you get in there and you're like, oh, you're already good. Okay. All right then.
It is that good, yeah.
I feel like sometimes there's occasionally somebody who will translate, but that's kind of hit or miss. As like that one. Well, no, that wasn't a translation thing. But if you remember, there was that run with Josh and who was the other person?
Hyoka.
Hyoka, yes, that's right. Or Josh was trying to tell the story of justice while Hyoka ran it, and near the end, Hyoka got tired of Josh, I guess, at some point, and I forget if he
No.
I think he got muted or got disconnected.
No.
I had to put him in like the announcement channel, but it might have been a focus thing. But it was really funny. It was really funny too.
Holy fuck.
That's funny.
That is funny as shit. Yeah.
There's also the fucking North thing where he played the avoidance on the original version instead of the tournament version. Like he just died mid the boss or some shit.
Oh no.
And everyone's like, wait a second, you were just playing legit.
He is that good, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Wow.
And then there was a Susarua's run. That guy's a fucking legend.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Is he still around on like fucking YouTube and shit?
I don't know. I had no idea he existed until that run. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
think
avoidance
he's
tournament.
on his channel. Holy shit. Oh, he's still on YouTube. Yeah. He's streaming and shit.
Damn, he's
He was playing Rookman like 3 days ago. 80 days ago. Holy
really
shit.
nice. Fucking avoidance tournament. Did you ever have the fucking? Did you ever have the pleasure to fucking set that up, Krakka, or no?
The avoidance tournament I did. Actually, I think that was one of my tasks in the earlier years of doing Fangame Marathon, and boy, that was. Oh,
I know it's
probably like
fucking chaos, bro. It was like
It's
chaos. Yeah.
There's always like 30 people in voice chat, and you're trying to set up all these screens, and it's actually That's like doing the avoidance tournament is probably one of the most how do I put this
Chaotic?
it's yeah, it's like your trial basically. If you can do that, then you can make it. Absolutely. But like it's just it's the hardest thing to do because you're constantly switching people and it's easy to get lost because you have like 16 people who are potentially up streaming shit and sound balancing and
Yeah.
sound kind of just goes out the window at some point. Like that one year, well, I think it was the year that Gab popped off. You know, his audio was so fucking loud compared to everybody else.
It's true.
But I'll never forget it because it was so loud and impressionable.
I think I got a terrible mic back then, so that's the fucked up part. I didn't even have this.
I loved your fucking dog shit mic days, bro. That was the classic.
I also love them. They're so good. It's like the thing is, they were so good. I would get them for like 50 pesos in like this shop. They were
that's
like
fucking
so
free.
fucking
Holy shit.
cheap. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I've been to a fucking avoidance tournament once, and dude, there were so many fucking people there, and like all I could hear was like fucking like it's as if I were like in a fucking like a Reddit subreddit, like I don't know, everyone's going like fucking damn Daniel, and like it's some fucking dumb shit like that. They're doing like dumb fuck memes and shit, and like all I hear is fucking Cosmo going like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. He's like losing his fucking mind. And then it's like fucking it's fucking mayhem, bro. It's like everyone's it's like actually like fucking high school again, bro. Jesus Christ. True, he server mutes people. Oh my god.
Yeah, Cosmo, like he has a certain threshold, and once you get past that threshold, it becomes very dangerous for you and your very existence.
It's true. Cosmo fucking he kicked Razor 5 times.
Sounds about right.
Jesus fucking
Oh,
Christ.
did the same.
Freaking Cosmo has the patience of Buddha, but once you get past the threshold, it's over. You might as well just commit Sudoku at that point.
It's done.
It's over.
What about I don't fucking know. I'm like running out of I'm running out of like story topics to talk about, but I don't know. Do you have anything else? I guess that is like really fucking funny. Actually, I guess for a topic like, what do you think is like the funniest moment of like fucking Fangame Marathon? I guess from when you were there.
The funniest moment, my God, out of so many years. Honestly, probably the funniest thing that I felt that I was a part of was definitely the Mega Kid run. Like I couldn't, I could not stop laughing at that.
Oh my god, I was laughing a fuck ton that time as well.
I will never forget that. Aside from that, like the only other thing that really comes to mind is like the funniest thing is when me and ours and chat ran. We're all watching Jemmy play. I think it's I Want to Kill the Needle games or something like that.
Was it your fart
And
moment, bro? Oh my
yeah,
god.
that was when they were like, "Yeah, this shit farts, bro," and I play like the fart with
I
reverb,
died.
and it
I
just
died. I died.
it was just hit. It just hit so hard. That was so funny.
That got in the
Um,
fucking like one of the clip of the years. I don't fucking know, but holy shit, it was really good.
those are definitely the funniest moments I've ever experienced. I mean, and there's tons of funny moments too. Like it's just endless. I feel like I'm surrounded by funny moments for some reason. Just happens.
Yeah, you have a lot of funny moments. The fucking Moy Mania, dude. The motherfucking the burp incident. You fucking like auto tuned your burp that one time. I remember that. Absolute classic. I wonder how.
The fucking Gimme auto-tune. You fucking reminded me of
Oh
that
my
shit.
god,
Jesus
true.
Christ.
I forgot about that too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Flav and fucking Anuj were all over that shit. He was like, hey Nader, hey Nader, hey Nader. Did you know that Gimme fucking auto-tuned his needle games? I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude, no. And I think he got the record as well, so that's like fucking insult to injury. Motherfucker.
Oh
that
my
shit
god,
was
casual
good,
grab
dude.
it huge.
Yeah, I
thought it was
forgot
gay.
that one. Yeah, because what's we call it? Fangame Millionaire kind of aired outside of Fangame Marathon, but I forgot about Casual's question about I want to be the GV. Man, that was so good.
God. Oh, Fangame Marathon.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of reasons it'll definitely continue for a very long time. So
I actually got a question for you, Krakka, and I actually got a question for like everyone here that's like in the tech crew. Like after the fucking Fangame Marathon ends, do you feel like this sort of like fucking this feeling, dude, like catharsis? I don't know, dude. Like this fucking, you know, glad it's over, but like
I think
like
like I mean I'm not as involved as nearly as involved as a lot of other people, but like I think there's a sense of relief. Cool, we did it. We take a day or two to fucking eat and sleep like normal fucking people. And then we get up and literally we talk about like ideas for next year, what went wrong with this, just while it's still fresh in everyone's heads. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, all right, well, fuck, what did we fuck up? What didn't we do? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
I mean,
sorry, go on, Krakka.
oh, sure. I mean, to keep it simply, it's kind of like post nut clarity, really.
yes.
Like relief and satisfaction, and just
You're
like
such a fucking idiot.
I agree though, 100% agree.
But it's
It's-
true. That's why I'm laughing.
and yeah, relief, happiness, satisfaction, and lots of shame. Yes, lots of shame also too.
I mean, not me. I wasn't a part. Sorry, Nado. I wasn't a part of the tech crew last year, right? And I still, even after the marathon was over, I was still like, "Fuck, what do I do now?" I don't know. I just like because every day I would just wait. Because I wasn't streaming or whatever. I had nothing to do besides watch the fucking marathon. And when it was over, it was just like, now what? I have to go back to normal life. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Like it was my task this year to like fucking help Nell with the highlighting run shit, and then like after the marathon ended, I was like, what the fuck do I do now, bro? Like
Yeah.
I felt sad. I was like, shit. Now I want to like highlight shit, dude. Like there's nothing left to highlight. L.
I have to be normal.
It is the end. And that's what I mean with like catharsis. Is that a good way to? Is that even catharsis? I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
I think it's a good word. I think anyway.
It's a good word for most people, but the Fangame community it might not be the best word to use.
Yeah. the last fucking hangout in the FM crew. Yeah, the fucking the what's it called? The Heart Goes On run, the classic. I was almost like fucking tear-eyed, dude. I won't lie.
Dude, and we did it online this time around. That was fucking awesome.
That was brilliant.
Yeah,
Whoever came up with that
was
is fucking
sick. That
brilliant.
was sick. And then
was actually-
and then Wolska's like, okay, everybody wait here. And then everybody's like, whoop.
You fell
And we
off,
just
Racic.
fall
You
down.
fell off. You fell off plus ratio. I said it. Jesus Christ. But you know, it was brilliant. This year's Fangame Marathon was fucking really nice. Fucking literally like a fucking
It's just such a peak, dude, of the fan community, honestly. It's like on summer vacation as well, dude, it's just legendary. You're like pumped up. It's actually insane.
It's fucking beautiful. Like these events that
Yeah.
happen every year. Fucking marathon, summer feast, and honestly the awards. The awards gives me really fucking like boner. But like
Yeah.
like fucking marathons like also like fucking ridiculous, dude. It's like
Yeah,
fucking
they're-
crazy.
That's the thing, right? It's beauty. It's a beauty for sure. The awards are gonna be amazing.
We can talk like a billion hours about the awards. There's too many good fan games this year. It's gonna be a fucking, and we also got like big plans this year as well when it comes to like voting or the voting phase. So be on the poggers for that.
We have the awards going. We have the plasma napkin Christmas thing, and we still have fucking
True.
journey going on as well. Like it is a great end of the year, honestly. This is insanity.
I agree. There's a lot of shit going on right now. I won't lie. I'm like a little bit stressed out with like fucking podcasts, awards, and like other shit. But it's really fucking like rewarding. I feel like very satisfying to fucking like be a part of these things. Especially fucking the tourney, dude. Like fucking I Want to Save the Ship just released today, in the tourney, and like people
Yeah,
are like,
it's
holy
really fun.
fuck, it's the game that was in the trailer that everyone was like pogged up
Yeah.
about. And
Right.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, it's one of the games in the trailers that everyone was talking about. One of the games.
Real.
Classic, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Save the
Yeah.
Ship was really fun.
It looks cool, but yeah, that's why I shut off everybody on Twitch. I was like, everybody's playing this shit and it looks fucking dope. So I'm gonna go ahead and not play it, like spoil myself.
Yeah.
It looks fucking good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
whole
been
day
excited
for
for
me.
that one too. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one.
All right. Well, we've passed the 2 hour mark. So do we have like a final fucking funny thing? Like we have like a final topic. Like what do we got? We got final remarks. Any juicers?
I have a final comment, maybe. I just want to say, like, we've been making, like, we've had our fun times with talking about the funny runs and everything else. But, shout outs to Mega Kid, honestly, right? Like,
I agree.
he's the proof that all of these fucking IWC high schoolers did, and if they're watching right now, you can fucking grow up this fucking instant. You can literally grow up this instant. He is back strong. It's actually insane.
He might. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. He might actually like win Trap of the Year or Trap Game of the Year.
Exactly. Yeah,
he
that's
has
crazy.
potential. Very good potential.
He has potential to get nominated. Yeah, it's just actually fucking insane.
What the hell?
That is a really
I've been.
nice one.
I have to look that up because man, I didn't know about this.
It would be a really good fucking moment for you, Krakka.
He participated in that in the trap game contest, and he a lot of people play this game. Everyone's agreeing he did pretty fucking good.
Holy shit.
He was in Summer Feast. He got in, and he was actually like playing the game. You know, he wasn't trolling. He was being normal. So he's actually back in, and I'm pretty sure at one point he was streaming. He was like fluently talking English. So like
Oh shit, really? I have not.
yeah. No, he was like he definitely studied the language while he was gone. Like I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. He like went through so much. It's actually like the craziest comeback, honestly.
I won't lie. I won't lie. His fucking stage in Jingle Jam, right? You remember like the Santa and shit. I saw something in that fucking stage, bro. I don't know if you bitches saw it, but like I
it's
saw
pretty
the
good.
charm, bro.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, like the motherfucker has. Yeah, not only was it like really fucking funny, right? Because you know, Mega Kid, but like it was like fucking. He knew this motherfucker knew how to code. He knew how to code, man.
Yeah.
He knew how to do it. He just has to like fucking practice it and like figure it out.
Yeah, like a lot of people see it funny because it was Mega Kid, but like it was just like if you think about it, he didn't have that much experience making stuff, and like that added to the charm because he has some goofy details about his area. You know, like the Santa sprite and shit like that just look really weird and funny. But like,
That's Santa Sprite, dude.
yeah. But like, even with like that little inexperience, he was like already going off. I mean, it's a pretty good stage. So yeah, shout out to that guy, honestly.
He'll go high, bro. He'll go high in the
Yeah,
community,
no,
that's for sure.
definitely. I want to see more of him.
All right, any other remarks we gotta do before we end the podcast, boys?
Lots of awesome games came out this year. Look forward to the Fangame Awards. Thanks to all you fucks for having me out here, even though I'm a fucking boomer and shit. I want to develop an appreciation for music. Is an amazing trap game that I'm going to release probably next year because there's too many good ones this year and I can't compete.
Tours.
No, it'll be done when it's done. Thanks to Krakka for hanging out. Thanks for Nader for having me out, and thanks to all you fucks for watching and listening to me rambling like a fucking idiot.
Woo!
Also, Mr. Mime is the greatest Pokemon of all time, and if you disagree, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh,
damn!
Oh my fucking god! Who Megalol, dude?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad that I was able to join the podcast, and I know people are waiting for me to return to Fangames. I will return to Fangames after I finish my current 300-hour game I'm probably playing. Once that done, I'll getting back to it.
I appreciate you coming around, bro. I appreciate both of you coming in today. I also appreciate Flav for fucking like sticking around, bro. He was one of our fucking like last minute co-hosts, and like he was like,
I don't appreciate anything Flav has ever done in his
he's
life.
like, I don't know
Yeah,
if I should join.
Hot content for that little developed appreciation for music thing. You know? Expect the royalties, dude.
Also, to answer Peace's remark, how many other Pokemon do you know that have fucked Ash's mom?
Whoa!
The end. Thank
The
you.
end. But I would also like to mention before we close off the podcast episode that Racic here, motherfucker, does does charity streams. So if you're interested in following whatever he does fucking he racks the funnies, and he does like a lot of funny shit in the charity streams. So if you want to fucking look it out, go ahead, man.
If I could just get a couple minutes to sort of touch on that.
Sure, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, and we sit here and we all fucking take the piss out of each other and that, but at the end of the day, the community, for as fucking God knows what the fuck goes on in this fucking shithole that is the fucking Fangame community. We're all pretty fucking good people at our core, and the two fucking charity streams that I put together this year alone, thanks to everybody here and, you know, some friends and family and you know, shit like that. We managed to raise this year alone over $11,600 US.
Yes.
Which is fucking wild. This year alone, 2 charity streams, and yes, we've got some whales, and we all know who at least one of them are that donate a lot of money. But that's a big effort, and that's like everybody, whether you donate or not. That's like fucking sharing the stream, tuning in, all that shit. So I appreciate it, sure, but these sick kids that need the money appreciate it a lot more. So thank you to all of you fucks for being, despite everybody's differences with, oh, well, let's make hard games, let's make easy games, blah blah blah. Who gives a fuck? We're good people, and you're all awesome. So fucking yeah, and yeah. So cool. Y'all
That's
are
the
cool.
good shit. Yeah, that's the good shit. Really nice. We
That's
appreciate
that's
you for
that
doing
shit
that, bro.
I do like.
That's the shit I do like. All right. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this Fangame podcast episode with Racic and Krakka Cafe. Thank you both of you again for fucking joining in. Did like this impromptu fucking episode. It was a fucking rush. I'll tell you this much. So I'm sorry about that, but like it is what it is. I hope you guys had fun. Yeah, either way. So.
Oh yeah.
Really.
I'm
nice.
streaming tomorrow. I'm DJing. It's going to be awesome. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/Racic. Sorry. Not even sorry. I'll see you there, motherfuckers.
All right, boys. I will see you guys next Fangame podcast, of which will be most likely going to be a very fun one, actually.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And they're just very horny to announce, but like I don't know, bro. All right, tune in into fucking next other Saturday for the next Fangame podcast, and I think I will 100% say this for sure. Last podcast of the year. But
Damn.
it is what it is. Fangame Awards is looming, and we do gotta focus on that. So, all right, GG boys. I'll see you guys.
GG's. Thanks again, everybody. Y'all are fucking dope. Peace.
Clear.
Yeah.
GG, bitches!